What's up, YouTube? So anybody who saw my last in the bag video knows I'm leaning heavily towards Discraft these days. I only have the Star AVR left in the bag as far as Innova plastic goes. I've heard a lot about this Blizzard Champion plastic. I've been hearing about it a bunch on YouTube and stuff, and seeing a lot of it out in the course as well. So I want to, give it a shot. I haven't had a chance to throw any Blizzard Champion plastic just yet. So I figured I'd pick one up for myself, not only to kind of satisfy my own curiosity, but also to give you guys a review and a closer look in case you haven't been able to get out and throw this stuff yourself. I figured I'd do kind of a review on it. So I picked up this gorgeous Blizzard Champion Wraith, Innova Wraith. Try to get you guys a pretty close-up view of the air bubbles. You can see there's tons and tons of little air bubbles all throughout the disc, from the flight plate all the way down to the rim. Really gives you a really beautiful look, I think. So the first thing that struck me when I picked up this disc is that it's a little bit slippery. As far as the feel goes, I'm not really that into it. It's definitely slick for my taste. I don't throw a lot of Champion or Z plastic. I never really have throughout the years. I never really liked the grip I get, and the Blizzard Champion's probably a little bit less grippy, or have a little bit less grip than an average Champion disc, a normal Champion disc. So that kind of is a negative, I suppose. But onto the good news. I took this thing out and I field tested it. I don't have any other Wraiths to throw it against, but I do throw Surges, which are basically the same. It's basically the same disc, the same flight numbers. If you look at them side by side, they're extremely similar in shape. So I have this broken in Nate Doss Surge. That's like 170, I think. And then I have this also slightly broken in Flex Surge SS. This one's around 170 as well, I believe. I don't have the weights on this guy, but I'm pretty sure that's where it is. So I threw these three discs back to back to back, and barring one time when I actually kind of just put a bad pull on it, this Wraith flew probably 20 to 30, 35 feet farther than these other discs. I was trying to throw them as consistently as I could without putting a lot of, a different energy on them. I'm not the most consistent thrower. I don't have a big arm either. But I definitely felt like I was throwing them pretty even. I wasn't trying to crush them. I was just trying to put them on a nice flat line. I threw them uphill with a tailwind, downhill into a headwind. It was very slight, but it was noticeable. And then I threw it a few times on flat ground, kind of in a crosswind, both ways. I was surprised at how well this guy held up. It's 139 grams, which I probably should have said earlier in the video. And I was very surprised at the stability, because you get the glide of a lightweight disc, but it's still stable, and not really that flippy. It flew somewhere in between the Surge SS and the regular Surge. It's probably it's pretty damn close though, and I could definitely see myself using it if I wanted to just get a little bit more on it. I don't know if it's going to replace the Surge SS for me, just because I have a really good feel on the way this thing flies, and I love the grip. It's just a really beautiful disc. It's my favorite driver right now, so I'm not sure this Blizzard Champion Race is going to replace it per se, but it's definitely going in the bag. There's absolutely no question about that. It will go in the bag, and I will be throwing this thing out there. Even into the wind, it didn't flip on me. I threw it on a hard hyzer into the wind down the hill, and it popped up, and it'll turn over a little bit, but it came back. It came back at the end of the flight, and just consistently had just a little bit more glide, just a little bit more hang time than these other Surges. Like I said, only once or twice it came up in line or a little bit short of these other two discs, and the one time it was definitely just not a great pull. It was just kind of a shank. So it wasn't the disc's fault. Anytime I put the same energy on it, this one just hung up in the air and kept gliding and faded in, and just I walked it off best I could, and from what I could tell, pretty much 20 to 30 foot difference as far as glide and just carry through the air. So I was really impressed with it. I came home, actually sold a disc on eBay. So I had a little bit of PayPal money floating around. I picked up another Blizzard Champion disc, which is a T-Devil, which is supposed to be a little bit straighter and faster than a Destroyer, which sounds good. Hopefully it's going to fly like this Wraith or my Surges, but just a little bit further and faster. That would be excellent. I got the same weight, 140 grams. So once that guy gets here, I will definitely do a review on that as well, and do some testing, and I'll definitely post a review on that guy as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.